They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Second and 10. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He can run for it. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Opening drive fumble and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers. Charles, so this is a bad trend.
And Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be a second down. And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Quan Alexander coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
to throw. David Johnson here on the catch. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First down carry here for Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
Looking to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, after that pickup of a 1st down, I think some of the defensive guys are going to be looking over their coordinator and saying that was not in the scouting report. That went against every tendency most teams have. You don't usually hand the ball to your big guy in that situation. Sometimes you catch him by surprise.
Now let's go. Green 39! Green 39!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Devin Funchess, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are in for 6. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those divisions. Now the ball comes loose.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Please.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Run.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit! Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, he's got to have that wrong, doesn't he? They decline there.
There's no doubt about it. Sorry to step on you there, partner, but let's go. And run this one together, right? Incomplete pass, yet they call pass interference, and somehow you're going to decline that penalty?
I'm so confused. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. Now he's going to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 32 that time. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Wentz. Looking for the end zone. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing now is Wentz. Going for it all. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers. as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now to try the Eagle field goal, Jake Elliott from the right hash. This from 45 yards away. And it's no good. Elliott pulled it, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. On second down, Johnson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Gone! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down.
Gone! Now let's go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Devin Funchess, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Eluding the pressure right. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there just before halftime. 63 yards. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run with a J. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Sammy Watkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. Remember when we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room? This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football. Full half to be played. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Detroit!
They'll throw now on the final play. Steps away to his left. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Here's Ajayi, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Set. 120. Go, go. Please.
Wentz now on first down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's a big play there for the Eagles. 42 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They run with Ajayi. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They give it to him running left. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Wentz. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Buda Baker with a pick. Not that time for Watkins. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. All right, here we go. Boom, 90.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. David Johnson on his way. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Justin Houston in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Set! Green 39! Green 39! Hot!
Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Let's go! 319! 319! Hot!
They go to Johnson again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot!
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Go, go!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
82, 82. Go, go.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Justin Houston in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Wentz now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A good pickup there, a 22. Wentz now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Throwing is Wentz. Going deep. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Sammy Watkins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles get a score closer. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 21-17. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now in defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
Here's Johnson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. Johnson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Detroit! 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 Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
Leopard! Let's go! 3-19!
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Here we go now. 3-19! 3-19!
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And McManus able to put it through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And now running right through it. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was rough.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Leonard Williams in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Great.
Working from the gun. Wentz going up top. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamar Taylor.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now Johnson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Johnson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. That one looks like he'll throw here. Fighting through pressure. And this is going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate. It might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores. So you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back. But that may not matter now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
81.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. On first down, Wentz out to his left. His throw incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Wentz. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Buda Baker with a pick. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They try the left side with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.